Mr. Ramakant Gaur, you heard those strong observations. I want to ask you that, when it comes to personal liberties, the top court has made it very clear that you cannot intrude into a person's private life, or personal liberties cannot be trampled upon in the garb of national security surveillance under national security. Where do you stand on this issue now that an international journal, an international newspaper has further brought out this issue about the purchase by the Indian government of Pegasus?
This is a serious issue, and that's the reason top court of the country has taken cognizance. They appointed further a committee headed by Justice Ravindran. This committee has 3 experts. One is from IIT Bombay, another is from National Forensic Science University, Ahmedabad, and another professor is from Kerala. Now, 3 technical members and 1 judicial member are there in this committee. Supreme Court was very clear. On day 1 when this matter was brought to the notice of Supreme Court, Solicitor General tried to hush up the matter, and when he said this is a matter of national security, Supreme Court said you cannot shelve anything and everything in the name of national security. So the court did not issue the notice. Court directed the Solicitor General to file the reply. So the top court has already taken cognizance. But there are very few issues. Yes, this is a very serious issue concerning privacy of the citizen of the country. More particularly when senior journalists are being tapped, bureaucrats are being tapped. I don't know about the judicial people, whether any judicial officer was under that surveillance or not. But we need to look at the practical aspects also. Why none of the petitioner or anybody in the country has approached any intelligence agency or investigating agency to conduct an investigation? And that's the question Supreme Court asked. Why there is no complaint at the base level? You cannot come up with anything and everything to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court cannot investigate things and supervise the investigation when such rights are being held by every court of this country. So this is a moot question. Secondly, we need to look into the very important facet. Right before the sessions of Parliament, such news erupt. Is it really appropriate news or being planted in the media?
We'll come to that later, Mr. Gaur, on the authenticity.
We cannot be oblivious of.
Yes, we will come to that, and I'll also. Okay, you've made a very clear distinction, Mr. Ketkar, between intelligence gathering. Yeah, no, I was referring to the previous point you made.
New York Times credibility is 100 times more than Modi government's credibility.
Okay, point taken, but the previous point that you were making, that there must be a distinction between cyber warfare and intelligence gathering. Intelligence gathering in a democracy, as I understand, is part of the mandate of the government. Mr. Gaur, can you tell us, is there a law that we have currently that governs surveillance in India for security, national security reasons?
Yes, and this law empowers 9 intelligence agencies, including IB, RAW, CBI, Special Cell, Delhi Police, DRI, DGGI, and some other intelligence agencies to conduct surveillance. So that law is very much in place, and these agencies, and I raised my objections at that relevant time also, that this unfettered power to these intelligence agencies would not be good for the maintaining of privacy. And the Pegasus is very, very serious issue, because this is, as I agree with Mr. Kumar Ketkar when he said this is a cyber war, and the government must come up with the response.
Okay, now let me take quick closing comments. I'm sorry I have to close the conversation. Yes, which is why we are saying the government has taken an approach which neither accepts nor denies, and that will simply not do. The Parliament session, of course, is going to begin tomorrow, where these questions will be raised by the opposition. Thank you so much, Mr. Kumar Ketkar, Ramakant Gaur and Maruf Raza, for joining us. Let's take a short break here. News and updates continue on the other side. Stay with me now.